How we doing? Yes, my name is Keith. That just means when I was born, my mom and my dad, they scooped me up into their loving arms. They took one look at my little face and they were like, nah, fuck it, pal, you are on your own. Keith is a shit name. I'm aware it's a shit name. Have we any in? No? Good. Any more and it would be a rally? I know it's a shit name because I've heard it every day of my life for the past 37 years. I'm like, Mom, if you hate it so much, why did you give it to me? Apparently it is a name that's dying out, much like the Nigels and Garys of this world. And that makes sense. Growing up, I didn't know very many other Keiths. There was me, I was aware of Keith Duffy, and Keith, the dodgy 67-year-old that lived at the end of my road. People used to say really mean, nasty things about that man. I liked him. He was a good guy. Always had the best sweets. I really like going visiting Grandad Keith. I'll tell you a little bit more about myself. My LinkedIn account says that I am a residential social care worker in a juvenile detention centre. Because you can make anything sound fancy on there. That's just a fancy way of telling you I'm a prison officer in an underage jail. And that's just a long way of telling you I'm depressed because I'm bullied by 16-year-olds for a living. Honestly, some of the shit they say is rough. Last week, one of them said, here, Keith, bro, Keith. You're the sort of fella that claps when the plane lands. Which is hurtful because I do. How else would the pilot know he's doing a good job? I do that full time. I do this in my spare time. I'm hoping someday, if this was to ever go really, really well, maybe I could do this full time. Just lock 16-year-olds up in my spare time. They say it's good to have a hobby, and I am shit at golf. My wife, she's been asking me big questions recently. Started this year, my wife, she came to me, she said, Keith, when are we going to have our own family? When are we going to have our own kids? And it's tough because on one hand, I always thought that I wanted to be a dad. But on the other hand, working with kids who will mug you, that will put you right off. No, thank you. It's not the only thing that gets in the way, if I'm being honest. Me and my wife, we also have a lovely little dog. We're mad into dogs. And when we got him, we said, we're not going to spoil him. He's not going to sleep in our bed. And then we got the dog, and very quickly we began to spoil him. And now he only sleeps in our bed. And that makes things particularly difficult when it comes to intimacy. Because whenever we go to bed at night and we try to have sex, my wife gets jealous. It's true. That joke is the reason I now sleep in the spare room. And I'm no longer allowed to walk him unsupervised. Can you still call it the spare room if she's moved your shit in there? Or is that now just my room? I've been going out with my wife a long time before we got married. And I'm glad, because I wasn't really good at dating. Before I met my wife, I was actually seeing an American woman. And I'll be honest with you, I had no business seeing an American woman. I thought we were speaking the same language. We weren't. One day she came home from work and she said to me, she said, hey, baby, things are getting kind of boring. Why don't we spice it up? She said, when we go to bed tonight, I want you to treat me like a naughty schoolgirl. So I shot her. Didn't work out, that's what I'm telling you. Somebody told me recently, they said, Keith, you have the vibe of a man who reads retro porn magazines on the bus. Which is insulting, because I can afford a train ticket. It has free Wi-Fi, and it gets me there faster. A work colleague told me recently, he said, Keith, I figured it out. I know who you look like. And I love a good celebrity doppelganger, and I thought maybe with the hair, I thought maybe like Schofield. Epstein. That's not what he said. He said, you look just like the wee boy from Stuart Little.